these final 10 minutes. And Bronwyn, some clutch shooting there from Mariah Murray in that third quarter, helping put Penn State with the biggest lead they've had today.
Yeah, I mean, 2 crucial threes recently and 5 total. I mean, we saw she has the capability, as you mentioned, Carolyn Keeger, their coach, truly believes, or at least vocalizes, that she is the best shooter in the Big Ten, and she's putting that quote to good use here, giving the Lady Lions the lead they need, and just being able to step up for players out, such as Merkel, and just keeping the scoring going. When they can't utilize the paint, they're going to hit from the threes.
Lady Lions will come into inbound right in front of us. It's Tamara Johnson. Going to try and rainbow it to Odin. The back court as Penn State will now bring it across. Lady Lions outscored Duquesne 23-17 in that third quarter. Shot clock running down. Murray just had to hoist up a prayer on the move.
Complete hook shot there. She entered up the middle. I mean, it wasn't too far off. Rounded out of the rim a bit. She's on target.
It had a shot from Mariah Murray. That would have been a highlight reel play from the redshirt sophomore if it had been able to fall. Shot clock winding down, desperation. Now here's Duquesne on the other end, driving the baseline. ncaaw, and deflected away. Fight for the ball. It's going to be a held ball. Possession arrow will favor Duquesne as Johnson scrapping for it down low with ncaaw.
Johnson leading the team with 6 rebounds, or at least for those on the court right now, and that has been crucial, being able to get some of those jump balls. As you can see, just jumps up, grabs it, and is strong with it, being able to hold on to it there.
How about the blocks from Allie Campbell? Campbell getting up and getting tall for this Penn State team, using all 6 feet of her height. She's had a couple big blocks in this game for the Lady Lions. Trying to set up inside is Brown, and that one deflected away. Foul called down low.
Fortunate bounce off the foot there of the ball.
Yeah. No foul, just a kick ball there for the Dukes as they'll come to inbound it. McConnell. Corner, try to drive past the baseline. Skip pass, ncaaw. ncaaw finds her spot. ncaaw knocks it down. Journey ncaaw gets it back to a 3-point game. Now up ahead, Murray transition, bounce pass, Elliott, missed the layup, off the rim. Duquesne with a chance to tie. Driving all the way, coast to coast, drawing the foul is ncaaw. Journey ncaaw flashing down the floor in a hurry, and she'll head to the line for 2 with Duquesne trying to claw and close back in.
Some of those easy layups are being killer against the Lady Lions team, not being able to put those in off the glass. Meanwhile, Duquesne is doing a phenomenal job of just rebounding them and transitioning them up the court there and putting Lady Lions in foul trouble, as we've been seeing, and getting shots from the charity line such as this one.
Everything right except the finish there for Penn State, and trying to take advantage in transition and was Duquesne, but you gotta cash in on your free throws, and ncaaw cannot knock down the first for Duquesne. She's now 1 for 3 today. Make it 2 for 4. She connects on the second, gets it back to a 2-point game. Freshman Nadia Moore will check in for her after the foul shot as Duquesne gets ready for the next defensive possession. All across to Elliott. Elliott up ahead, Campbell trying to push the pace. Campbell scooping it up, drawing the foul for Penn State. And Allie Campbell earns her way to the charity stripe as Penn State tries to attack quickly in transition.
Something you wouldn't know from watching is Campbell only has 4 points. She's been way more vital than that on the court tonight with her blocks, with her rebounds, and then amazing assists and transitions up the court there. Just having 7 assists. Now she's going to get a chance to add a few points to her score.
Campbell will knock down the first, so she's got 5 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists, 2 blocks, a steal, a partridge, and a pear tree. Allie Campbell, a jack-of-all-trades player for this Penn State team. Left her second free throw short, and Hutcherson picks it up for Duquesne. So splitting the opportunities is Campbell. This remains a 3-point, 1-possession game as a 10-second call. Duquesne could not break it in time.
Massive call there for the Lady Lions, being able to put that pressure on Duquesne's offense and hold them across that line for 10 seconds is going to be vital, allowing them to get back on offense here with the 8:29 remaining on this thing. And also it's an energy shift. A large part of it is just energy, because that is something you don't see happen much in games. So being able to get that call, it's going to put a lot more faith in their team.
The Dukes missed it by a millisecond as they were trying to get it across to Matic. Leads to a crucial turnover. Johnson, the inbound to Campbell. Look out. Allie keeps her balance, keeps it on the right half for Penn State. She'll get it back up top. Kick it. Corner. Johnson again. Tamara Johnson. Unconscious from deep for Penn State. And Mariah Murray comes up with the steal on the other end. Murray spins it up and in for Penn State. And quickly the Lady Lions are up by 8. Big, quick back-to-back buckets from Johnson and Murray, just like in that third quarter.
That's putting Murray at 19 points, another dominant performance by her.
Hutcherson, too tall, turnover inside as she was trying to get it to Brown. Penn State putting on the pressure on both sides of the floor. Trying to start to pull away here with inside 8 to play. Big day from both Mariah Murray and Tamara Johnson in particular. They're Penn State's leading scorers with 19 and 13 respectively. Johnson 3 for 3 from deep. But Odin is not going to get it across in time. So some dueling 10-second violations as Duquesne had one just a moment ago, and Jayla Odin just missed it by a couple steps trying to break across the timeline.
Hutcherson really looking to get her team riled up there and ready for this final remaining 7:37 minutes in this fourth quarter.
Timeout is called by Duquesne with 7:37 to go in regulation, so we'll take one as well. The Dukes trying to get something here, trailing by 8 on Big Ten Plus.
Fans, the winning ticket number for today's 50-50 raffle presented by Happy Valley United is WB 749-1120. WB 749-1120. You can now claim your prize at the permanent 50-50 selling location on the cut course outside of section 109 before the conclusion of today's game. Congratulations and thank you for your support of the Penn State Quarterback Club and Penn State student athletes.
Intercollegiate Athletics, we're thankful for the partnership and support of All-American and All-Conference level sponsors. These generous partners help our teams pursue their dreams athletically and academically at the highest level. Thank you, All-American and All-Conference partners, for your continued support, dedication, and commitment as we help give our world-class student athletes world-class opportunities here at Penn State.
Back from the BJC out of the Duquesne timeout. Duke's got to get something going here. Down by 8 with 7:37 to play. Their three-point shooting has cooled off a little bit since that first quarter. And Jayla Odin trying to get the steal off the inbound right away there. It was out of bounds though as McConnell and Matic trying to connect. But Bronwyn, that's been one of the storylines. We haven't seen Duquesne knock down as many of those shots, and they haven't been getting a lot of second chance opportunities either. They're going to have to, it feels like, to get back in this game.
Yeah, they're either going to have to up their second chance opportunities and rebounds as a whole, or they're just going to have to knock it down first try, as we saw that chemistry in the first. Obviously, a lot easier said than done, as Hutcherson goes up with it strong, was unable to utilize it.
Hutcherson unable to finish it over Allie Campbell. Another empty trip for the Dukes, and they've had 3 turnovers in the last 90 seconds as well. It's a 6-0 Lady Lion run. Big point of the game. Oden freed up for 3. Jayla Oden got some space and then drilled it. Penn State all of a sudden is up by double figures.
Something not many people probably would have guessed after that first quarter.
Kihaku beats a flying Grace Hall to lay it up and in. Get a much needed basket for the Dukes. Oden, fastball rifled to Johnson. Back up top to Jayla. Oden will reset at the center of the court. Match up with Hutcherson. Dish it, Campbell. Campbell driving inside, scooping it up off the rim. And out of bounds, it'll stay on the Penn State end. 6:27 to go.
Casey, any thoughts on Coach Keeger deciding to keep Merkel out? Yes, she's in foul trouble, but such a close game. Any reason in particular?
I think at this point, Penn State, they feel like they're in control right now. Up by 9. But I think if Duquesne can start to string a couple baskets together, maybe get it down to about a 4 or 5 point game, that's when you could see her start to put Gracie Merkel back in, maybe accelerate the process a little bit. You imagine we're going to see her at some point. I mean, can't take the foul with you, so you might as well throw her back in at some point. But I'll tell you what, give credit to Grace Hall, Tamara Johnson, particularly down low, for how they have picked up the slack. And Johnson drawing the foul there, earning a trip to the charity stripe. She's got 13 points today for the Lady Lions. The transfer from Louisiana, graduate transfer. Average double figures her last few years with the Ragin' Cajuns, and showing why she is a potential scoring threat on this Lady Lion team this season. As she knocks down the first, she's up to 14 for the day. Johnson names it, fires it, and knocks it down. Off the bottom for Tamara Johnson. Johnson there to strip it away. Johnson trying to take it all the way. Foul is called. Tamara Johnson with the steal. Tamara Johnson with the drive. Tamara Johnson will head back to the line.
You talked about it, Casey. She has not been afraid to put her body on the floor and just sliding into the near cheerleaders and able to get that shot off and just putting her body close forward through the ball to get that steal.
Crucial big turnover for Tamara Johnson. What a, hesitate to say breakout, but at least in a Lady Lion uniform, breakout performance for her. She had a lot of success at Louisiana throughout her career, but coming here, it has been a different animal today than what we've seen in the first 2 games. As Johnson knocks them both down. Once again, the lead is up to 13.
That's something Mariah Murray talks a lot about is, yes, she has 19 points, but she always talks about how she's not going to be the one to have all those crucial points.
Another turnover forced on the sideline. As Ammon's unable to corral the pass, and that has been the storyline here of this 4th quarter. The Dukes have 5 of them in the frame.
Jayla Oden was punching the air there in celebratory, both arms up in the air, now has the ball at the top of the key.
Oden guarded tightly, and now Penn State will turn it over. Duquesne trying to push up ahead. Kihaku, Campbell right there to try and deny her. It comes back to Megan McConnell. McConnell able to lay it up and through. Megan McConnell, 12 points for her. Up ahead is Hall. Hall back out. Johnson thought about it momentarily. Now resets back to Oden. Closely guarded by Matic. Oden off the screen. Corner pocket Murray. Back up top to the Lady Lion logo and Allie Campbell. Cross to Johnson. They'll work on the wing, and Johnson draws the foul. Tamara Johnson draws the call once again. Blocking foul, and here comes Gracie Merkel now back in the ballgame. She will check in for Grace Hall. So we were wondering when we'd see Merkel come in. The answer is with 5:28 to play, but she does not have any more fouls to give. has only played 8 minutes in the game to this point.
But has contributed, what, 10 points?
Exactly.
This is exactly what she needed to do.
Could be just what the Lady Lions need to try and salt this victory away. Move to 3-0 on the season. 18-1 in the all-time series if they get a win over Duquesne. The only time the Dukes beat him was 6 years ago. Johnson up top. Campbell trying to rainbow it for Merkel. Duquesne there to disrupt it. Hutcherson got a first ball on it. Now it's Queta shaking past Odin. Nice move by Ramey Queta in transition on the shot fake. And a kick ball as Queta was trying to quickly get it back. As we hit the 5-minute timeout. And Duquesne trying to stick around in this one. They trail by 9. Penn State, the home team, out in front. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Big Ten Hoops on Big Ten Plus. We'll be back after this. Five minutes to play from the Rice Jordan Center in regulation. Penn State up by 9 over Duquesne. Trying to hold on to victory while the Dukes trying to mount a furious comeback. And for Penn State, one of the big keys to their advantage here, particularly throughout this second half, has been their three-point shooting. It was quiet on Thursday against Canisius. They only made 4 on 15 attempts, but they shot 11 of 25 against Bucknell on Monday. They're shooting an even 50%, 12 makes in this game today. As they'll feed Merkel down low. Merkel lays it up and in.
Exactly, and on top of their threes, their point paints, Merkel just puts them at 30 point paints there, which is huge. But as you said, their threes have been crucial and really keep them in this game. But you can't count Duquesne out. As we saw, they can make their threes just as well. It's all going to come down to who gets hot, and there you have it. They take a 3 there, just trying to see if they can get that energy back into the final 5 of this 4.
Hutcherson working on Merkel. Nice turnaround finish by Gabby Hutcherson as those two continue to go at it down low. Merkel and Hutcherson in the paint for both sides.
You're going to see Merkel be extremely cautious now, wanting to stay on the court these last 4 minutes. But don't count her out if she has to make the foul and give it out.
She's such a matchup nightmare for teams down low. But again, that has been the story, and a lot of her fouls have been offensive fouls that have been called, as she's been trying to use her physicality and get to the basket. So we'll see what happens here. Just a tick over 4 minutes to play. 12 left on the shot clock for Johnson. Murray back to Johnson. Johnson able to get past Queta. Inside, Merkel has it taken away by Green. Green forces the turnover. Duquesne trying to get out and run with it. McConnell guarded by Odin with her arms up. McConnell trying to back her way down. Matic got it on the baseline. Back up top, McConnell. McConnell blowing past Campbell. McConnell in for the finish. Megan McConnell doing it all. Pass up ahead. Murray runs it down. Back up top to Odin as Penn State tries to reset. Lead down to 7. Duquesne as close as they've been for a while. And
foul is going to be called there on Duquesne.
Down low, Duquesne will take it, and that is going to put Penn State in the bonus. It was on Ramey Cueto. So it puts Allie Campbell at the line, and now that's a big part of this game for Penn State. They've only committed 1 foul in the quarter, so Duquesne is nowhere close to having free chips to the charity stripe. Penn State will shoot free throws the rest of the way.
And with that free throw, Allie Campbell puts the team at making 14 of their points from the free throw line, and without that, they don't have the lead.
Here is Campbell off the rim, no good. Blanked it off the iron, did Allie Campbell. This remains an 8-point game. Now Green working on her. Over to McConnell, she'll swing it. McConnell working on Odin. Matic, turnaround, shoot from 3, it's short. Elliott there for the board. Elliott brings it across for Penn State, try to drop it off for Murray, does drop it off for Murray. Murray knocks it down. Mariah Murray, catch, shoot, drill it for Penn State.
6th of the afternoon there for her. Almost looks like she's trying to tie her own school record of 8 she set on Monday.
McConnell deep 3, and she answers on the other end. Megan McConnell makes the shot. Quick timeout called. McConnell close to a triple-double for Duquesne with now 17 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists, but a big time for her first 3 of the game. And the Dukes will call a timeout with 2:33 left, down by 8. We'll take a quick one as well on Big Ten Plus. Hot from the arc are both teams. We'll be back. Out of the Duquesne timeout, Dukes have 2 remaining. A deep 3 by Megan McConnell to keep this an 8-point game for the Dukes. A lot of similarities in this game in the shooting splits. Penn State with a slight advantage in all 3 categories. But answering that big triple from Mariah Murray on the other end. Both centers for these teams have been in foul trouble. Neglected to mention that Keandra Brown, she's also got 4 fouls, and she's been on the bench here as of late for Duquesne. It's been Gabby Hutchinson picking up a lot of the slack down low. Of course, Gracie Merkel with her 4 fouls as well. She's checked out for the time being. 2:33 to go. And it looks like Coach Giger will gather her squad over momentarily. We'll see what Penn State can draw up here as they try to salt away this victory. Mariah Murray leading all scorers with 22 points, 6 from deep. For her, 7 of 12 total in the game from the field is Mariah Murray. And then Tamara Johnson with her 17 points that she's had, including perfect 3 for 3 from the perimeter as well.
That's going to make the Lady Lions a dual threat this season, having Merkel in the paint at 6'6", but then having people who can just nail the threes from out wide. No matter what's going wrong, you'll have a solution.
Odin able to get it into Hall. And Penn State will bring it across. Duquesne needs a stop, it feels like, at this point of the game. Closing in on the 2-minute mark, down by 8. Murray's had the hot hand. She'll dump it down low to Campbell. Campbell over to Odin. Back upstairs to Campbell. Hall at the elbow. Guarded by Green. Dropping it off for Murray. Murray trying to hit Grace Hall in stride and led her just a little too far. A turnover for Penn State. Duquesne forces the stop they needed.
The give and go there went going, gone. This is exactly what Duquesne needed. As you mentioned, Casey, with 2:07 remaining, they're going to let the ball bounce a bit to try to save some time on the clock.
And now they got to cash it in. McConnell making just Duquesne's 6 3-pointers since the first quarter when they had 7. That last trip down the floor. Matic On Hall. Trying to spin around her. Campbell there to try and deflect it. Green gets back on top of it, but not for long. It rolls back to Tamara Johnson. Lady Lions will try to break it across, and a foul is called on Nittany, I believe. As Jayla Odin working past her, actually call it on McConnell. Either way, it's going to put Penn State at the line. We mentioned they're in the bonus. So free throws going to be crucial down the stretch here for Penn State as you get a look at that foul.
I think another thing to mention is this will be the Lady Lions' 21st and 22nd free throws taken this game. That's a lot of easy points that Duquesne gave up in a sense. Now have the Lady Lions made them all? Unfortunately not, as you just saw there. Not being able to complete that one, a little too strong off the back of the rim. But the fact that they've been able to get 14 points is, once again, the reason they are able to hold this lead.
They have got to the line often, and Coach Keeger often says that she wants to have more makes from the charity stripe than the other team attempts. Well, in this game, Penn State's doing that. They've got 14 makes, make it 15, and the Dukes have only attempted 12 from the line. Got to get a bucket here, down by 9. But it's going to be stripped away. Johnson there to get in front of McConnell. Murray's got to save it in front of the end line. She does, and the timeout is called. With things a little hustled there in the backcourt for Penn State. Head coach Carolyn Keeger burns a timeout. She'll have 2 remaining, and with 85 seconds left, Penn State trying to hold on to victory, up by 9 here on Big Ten Plus.
Number 23, Nia Moore, enters the game for Duquesne. Number 44, Gracie Merkel, in for Penn State.
All right, back at it for the Rice Jordan Center. Penn State up by 9 with possession of the basketball. Trying to hold on to victory here over the Duquesne Dukes. It's been a fun one on a Sunday afternoon from State College. Casey Kreider, Bronwyn Leiber, glad to be with you. Taking them maybe to the finish line here, we'll see. Penn State trying to break the press out of the timeout from head coach Carolyn Keeger. Was that deflected? Yes, it was by McConnell. Keep it on this side for Penn State. What is the game plan here for the Dukes, Bronwyn?
Dukes, if anything, I mean, a minute 20 to play, you have to get immediate turnovers, high hands. You cannot allow any fouls. You cannot send them to the free throw line.
Merkel inside, clean from Hutcherson the first time. Hutcherson there to get it away with the block. McConnell trying to go coast to coast with it, high off the glass. McConnell gets it through for Duquesne, much needed bucket. Just what we're asking for, Bronwyn. McConnell almost got it away from Allie Campbell there. Penn State brings it across. Mariah Murray on top of it with under a minute to play. And Al Duquesne will foul. Kind of had to in that situation. You're going to take your chances from the charity stripe at this point if you're the Dukes. Try and give yourself as many possessions as you can.
Yeah, now they're going to sub Grace Hall back in for Merkel, which has been huge. But like you were saying, Casey, once it gets under a minute, you kind of have to have those immediate fouls to not drain as much time on the clock. You better let them take the free throws and then get back in possession to hopefully translate it up the court.
Odin is 5 for 6 from the line today. She's 6 for 7 now. That's the other thing you got to keep in mind if you're Duquesne, who you're sending to the line. Odin has attempted the most, she's made the most, but misses that one. So it's 1 for 2 on that trip. Duquesne within 8. Hutcherson on the wing, back to McConnell. It'll stay on this side, deflected out by Johnson. 42.5 ticks to play.
At this point, if you're the Lady Lions, you want to just hold them on defense because, you know, if you're getting on offense, great. They'll foul you, you'll go to the line. But if unable to, just hold that light pressure on them to where they can't score, but they can't do anything too crazy.
Connell inbound to Matic. Matic working around the quarter. Duquesne's got to go here. Into Hutcherson, inside, strong finish over Odin. And now head coach Dan Burt will call a timeout with the game back to 6. And he'll talk things over with his squad. 30.9 seconds left to play, and we'll just keep it right here, Bronwyn. This point of the game, Penn State Duquesne, a 6-point contest, and now for head coach Dan Bird, you're thinking, try to get a quick turnover. If you can't, you got to foul pretty much right away.
Yeah, you have to wonder if they're just going to go for the threes when they are on offense. I mean, you're only, you're down 6 points. That's 2 quick threes to be back and tied into this game. And so if you're Duquesne, you saw how hot you can get and that you have the capability from your players. So it'll be interesting to see if they go for those or if they try to drive and get those and ones. You do have some Lady Lions in foul trouble. So by taking it to the hoop, you could potentially, one, get the and one and send to the charity line and put a Lady Lion back on the bench.
The other thing, too, we've talked about it for Penn State. I mean, they've shot 24 free throws. They've only made 16 of them. It hasn't been automatic from the charity strike for Penn State in this game. So even if you got to give it up and get to the line, so they'll give the quick foul there. You got to trust whoever you're sending for Penn State to knock him down.
Number 7, Grace Hall.
It'll be Gracie Merkel, who was fouled, and she'll make her way to the line for Penn State. Merkel 2 for 4 today from the charity stripe. Off the third foul from Hutcherson, and these are 2 crucial ones for Gracie Merkel. 6-point ball game. You get one here, you at least make it conventionally a 3-possession game, and Merkel does that. Now she'll try to cash in on the second as well. 2 claps from the Rice Jordan Center crowd. But Merkel put a little too much arc under that one. And timeout is called. So, once again, a 1-for-2 trip down the floor for Penn State at the line. Keeping Duquesne around in this thing with 30.1 seconds to play. We'll take a quick timeout here on Big Ten Plus. Duquesne trying to hang around. Penn State trying to hold on for the victory. Back at you out of the Duquesne timeout. The Dukes are now out of timeouts. They take it to advance the ball, but still trail by 7. McConnell, who's got a double-double, will pull the trigger. Matic, quick fire, it's too strong. Murray trying to get on top of it, can't do it. Moore will put it up from the elbow. Murray this time corrals it for Penn State, and she's fouled, and that was a big defensive possession for the Lady Lions.
Murray with 22 points, but only 2 of them from the charity stripe. So she'll go to try to make it 24 and knock these 2 down from the line. If she does that, the Lady Lions will be up by 9, a crucial amount for only 20 seconds remaining.
Matic off the quick catch and shoot. And then Moore on the second chance. Kind of a tough fade away from the elbow that was not able to fall. And ultimately, in desperation, Duquesne knew they had to have it. They couldn't get it. Murray will make him pay at least once. And we'll see about twice. As we said, Duke's out of timeouts with 20.2 remaining. Murray knocks them both down. She's got 24 for the game. Duquesne's got to hurry. McConnell gets it up, scoops it to the lane, puts it through. They get 2 back. The time is ticking out of the hourglass, and a timeout is called by head coach Carolyn Keeger. They'll try and draw up a way to get this in bounds safely against the Duquesne press. For Penn State. 13.9 seconds remaining. We'll head to a quick break here on Big Ten Plus and be back out of the timeout. Head coach Carolyn Keeger takes the timeout to advance the ball for Penn State. Allie Campbell will inbound it. Jayla Oden gets it. Duquesne does not foul. Now they do. But Oden able to run away, waste some time.
Get a jump ball call.
Oh, you're right.
Instead.
Yeah, beg your pardon. Beg your pardon. Either way, it keeps possession for Penn State. And yeah, at this point, 8 seconds left. Campbell safely inbound to the backcourt. Murray's just going to try and run away. McConnell will foul her with 6.3 to go. Mariah Murray will head back to the charity stripe. Murray, a career-high 28 points on Monday against Bucknell. She's got 24 today, so she might fall just short of that mark, but what a performance it's been from her this afternoon. Trying to salt it away here down the stretch from the free throw line. 4 for 4 from the stripe, now 5 for 5. Penn State on the brink of a 3-0 start to the season. They'll play Niagara Thursday morning in the afternoon here for the Bryce Jordan Center. Duquesne hosts Niagara 2 days later in their next contest. McConnell will drive inside. It falls off the rim. No good. And that's how this one will come to an end. Penn State will take it 92-83. Wildly entertaining game all throughout. The Lady Lions trailed by 18 in the first quarter, but came back to make it close through the second and third and then pulled away down the stretch. Mariah Murray with 26, Tamara Johnson 17, leading the way for Penn State. Bronwyn, what'd you like?
I mean, you have to give Duquesne credit. McConnell over there with 21 points and Hutcherson with 16, trying to lead the team in an electric first quarter. The Lady Lions just did what they have done best. We saw them just come out of the second quarter ready to play their game, and each quarter continuously outscoring Duquesne, the Dukes, and just doing and putting away the business that they need to get that 3-0 start.
Double-double from Megan McConnell, but it's not enough for the Dukes to get past the Lady Lions here today. This Keystone State clash goes the way of Penn State. We thank you so much for tuning in with us all afternoon long here on Big Ten Plus. For everybody in our production crew back in the trailer, my colleague Bronwyn Leiber, I'm Casey Kreider saying so long. One final time, your final, Penn State 92, Duquesne 83. Lady Lions are 3-0. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody.
Now fans, join Coach here, the Lady Lions and the Pride of the Lions headband for the Penn State alma mater.